Welcome to this video on Corpuz versus the Commission on Audit, a significant case from the Philippine Supreme Court decided in 2021. This video explores the legal complexities regarding private legal counsel for government-owned and controlled corporations and the issue of personal liability for disallowed funds. In this section, we examine the factual background of the case, focusing on the execution of a private legal retainer agreement by Phil Rice and the subsequent audit disallowances issued by the Commission on Audit. Phil Rice engaged a private lawyer without securing the mandatory prior written concurrence from the Commission on Audit. Despite advice from the Office of the Government Corporate Counsel to obtain this concurrence first, the contract was executed prematurely, leading the Commission to disallow the fees and hold officials personally liable. The Supreme Court addressed three key legal issues: whether prior concurrence from the Commission on Audit is mandatory, the legal status of an unauthorized contract, and the extent of personal liability for the officers and payees involved. The court emphasized that hiring private legal counsel is a strict exception for government agencies. Mandatory requirements include prior written approval from the Office of the Government Corporate Counsel and the Commission on Audit. Executing such contracts without this prior concurrence renders them void from inception. Applying the Madera framework, the court determined personal liability. Over 209,000 pesos in public funds were disallowed, while approving officers were held liable. Certifying officers acting in good faith within their routine administrative duties were exempted. This breakdown summarizes the liabilities. Addy, Baronio and Addy, Mendoza were held personally liable due to the void nature of the contract. Conversely, petitioners Corpuz and others were absolved, having acted in good faith regarding fund certification. In summary, the core doctrines are clear. Strict compliance is required for legal engagements. Contracts signed without prior statutory concurrence are void ab initio, and certifying officers are protected when they perform their duties in good faith. As the Supreme Court affirmed, the engagement of private legal counsel by government agencies is the exception, not the rule. Failure to secure required concurrences renders the contract void and expenditures disallowed. Thank you for watching this overview of the Corpuz versus Commission on Audit decision. Remember the key takeaway. Public officials must adhere strictly to prior concurrence requirements to avoid personal liability for disallowed disbursements.